play something standard for himself, or switch it up, as we do have moves. We have opening moves there to start things off. The jacket is coming off as soon as we see a move on the board, James. The power move right there.
He's like, hold on, bro, jacket off. Let me work real quick. That's equivalent of like, nah, let's get this work, young fella. That's a fight. When the jacket's on, it's respect. It's like, okay, let's have a good game. But when jacket's off,
of the opening Karo Khan, but because of the transposition to an opening that looks very similar to a London. I got you on the transposition, Jim.
Okay, and you know what's funny? Where's my knight in that line? My knight's on E2. So, in the Jobava, there's a line like this, but it goes with the early, after 3 C5, they take on C D4, we do E D4, and this is a very annoying line, bishop G4. That's a very high-level line. We don't know what that was. Then you go F3, bishop D7, knight B5. Bishop takes D7, bishop takes knight C6, you go C3, E6, bishop D6 stuff. Same stuff is happening here, literally the same thing. But the knight goes to E2 because it can't, it's on C3 already, right? So it's very similar to this thing, but the knight's going to F3. So all this to say, it's equal.
Yeah, exactly. It's a long-winded way that Canty is saying that, yeah, we're totally equal here. But, hey, I'll definitely highlight something that I believe it was Levon Aronian. Like, look, a lot of people have probably said this, but I think I've felt this. I've noticed this pattern for a while, but I'd never been able to articulate it. And I heard Levon Aronian, just in like a post-game interview, there's a clip of him saying that the power of the bishop, so the bishop pair, it's great. We all know that the bishop pair is strong, but it's always stronger when there's a knight on the board as well. So having a knight on the board complements that bishop pair and lets them really thrive, because I always say when the bishops are there, hey, just try to trade that bishop that you have as the side without the bishop pair, just trade it for the same color bishop. But I remember Aronian just saying, you know what, if you have the bishop pair, that's great, but having the bishop pair plus a knight is the best complement, and that's when your pieces are at their maximum. So I happen to like, for that reason, and maybe just other reasons as well, Naroditsky's position. I think he's got the right complement here. He does not need to take this knight on C6. He can bring the bishop back to D3 and just enjoy that bishop pair, and I do not see any way for Nodirbek to, take one of the bishops off the board.
I love it, because this is actually a Karo Khan.
positions where you can really say, look, I'm sacking an exchange and I'm going to be better afterwards. I can't say this is the easiest one to follow, but look, it comes down to the passed pawns. The power of the connected and protected passed pawns is just worth more than the exchange that you are losing, and you are losing it on e6, but the players both know that, and still, black is the one pushing here.
That's crazy. And I get it, I guess, because here's a scenario, after the king gets to f6 or whatever, like f3 happens, king f6, we trade everything out. How do you get close to these pawns is the question.
Right.
How do you get close to them? Because of the bishop, the dark square bishop. If black's dark square bishop, they trade them, white may be just better. But because you have it, you got bishop c5 keeping me at bay.
Yep.
Black's better. Maybe the king walks up. I mean, I still don't see much after that. That's crazy. This being better.
Yeah, better is a pretty bold claim, but as you said, it's just the d3 pawn can't be touched. So the only target is e4. Can the rooks double on the e pawn? No. Right. Can the king get there and have the king and rook both attacking it? Not really. So I think black's just going to play swing the knight over, maybe the bishop up and in, and black can decide how he wants the game to go. So I think all that put together, the advantage starts to become clear for Nodirbek.
Yeah, that's insane. That's like a very small... Yeah, he escaped. That's no other way to put it. Magnus escaped from that one.
We can check in with the Naroditsky game immediately now that game has concluded. Tense moments, but it looks like we're dropping in on a Naroditsky win. With the rook behind the pawn, the knight hanging. I can't even think of what he's going to play here.
Just take the pawn. That's it. Oh, he's going to take on a2, and then king takes pawn. Yeah, this is just a clean win. Danya looking like the man to beat. If he wins this chat, he's at the top of the leaderboard. He's at the top of the leaderboard at the World Rapid Blitz in front of everyone.
I think you can play c7. There's definitely so the full calculation on c7 remains to be seen, but rook b7 is just, no nonsense. That's a no nonsense move. You're threatening rook takes knight, you're queening the pawn guaranteed. That's the way to do things.
Absolutely. Nodirbek with the understanding what happened here. Danya is playing out of his mind.
There's nothing more to do here. We will see a move, but
resignation.
Not even gonna let him sacrifice the rook.
With the dub. Wow.
Incredible as he maintains his position 6 out of 7. Daniel Naroditsky with the spotlight on him.